All right, Ajay, thanks for joining me. Now, under Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's predecessor, Hugo Chávez, the Venezuelan government seized assets from some American oil companies after the country nationalized oil fields in 2007. President Donald Trump has now assailed his White House predecessors for not pushing back against Venezuela earlier and stated that his intention is getting land, oil rights, whatever we had, returned by the government in Caracas. Speaking to reporters, he said, they took it away because we had a president that maybe wasn't watching, but they're not going to do that again. He added, and I quote, "We want it back. They took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out and we want it back." Let's listen in.
Getting land, oil rights, whatever we had, they took it away because we had a president that maybe wasn't watching, but they're not going to do that. We want it back. They took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out, and we want it back. Getting land, oil rights, whatever we had, they took it away because we had a president that maybe wasn't watching, but they're not going to do that. We want it back. They took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out, and we want it back.
I have Aditya Vadhavan joining me with more details. Aditya, we just played out Trump's statement. What more can you tell us?
Well, absolutely. Recently there have been friction points with Venezuela and the United States of America. Recently, you see, the U.S. Army had seized an oil tanker of Venezuela, and definitely post that, Maduro was very in a complaining mode that, this is not right as per the international rules-based law. And definitely, there have been also several corruption charges against Maduro, as far as since U.S. President Donald Trump has become the U.S. President for the second time, he has been held in donkey after the Venezuelan President Maduro. And definitely, time and again we have seen that here the Maduro has been giving ultimatums by U.S. President Donald Trump, and now the situation is so very serious that U.S. President Donald Trump is definitely is criticizing his predecessors, as to for not doing anything significant to stop this Venezuelan oil husband. So indeed, at this juncture, it needs to be seen how things unfold going forward in this scenario, because definitely, if we see, at this juncture, Venezuela is in a deep trouble, and considering the oil, oil tankers, definitely there are increasing tensions going on between the states and the Venezuela, and definitely it needs to be seen how things unfold going forward in this scenario. Vishali.
And what are the reactions, Aditya, that are coming in Venezuela and the US? Because this is, of course, a big development.
Well, absolutely. The people of Venezuela are still, rallying behind their leader, Maduro, and definitely, in some days back, we have seen some speeches by Maduro, regarding, for mustering support from the at home, against this. As per him, he believes that the Trump administration is a tyrannical, administration which is harassing everybody. So indeed, at this juncture, it will not be a full-blown conflict between the United States and Venezuela, but there could be severe, if you see opposition between the two countries, and definitely it needs to be seen how things unfold going forward in this scenario. Vishali.
All right, Aditya, thanks for joining me. And with that, it's a wrap on this bulletin. Stay tuned to Newsx.